In a world where supervillains wreak havoc on our imaginations, we often overlook the very real threats that stalk our streets and shape our societies. Today, we rank the most formidable villains and supervillains of our time, and reveal the true masters pulling the strings. Let's start with the supervillains we know from comic books and movies. First up, Darkseid. Ruler of Apocalypse, Darkseid seeks to conquer all of existence and remold it in his image. His power is almost unmatched, and his influence spans dimensions. Next, Thanos. The Mad Titan Thanos is obsessed with balancing the universe through mass genocide. His quest for the Infinity Stones and his snap have left an indelible mark on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Lex Luthor, the arch-nemesis of Superman, is, well, a genius billionaire who uses his wealth and intelligence to control Metropolis and honestly, even beyond. His schemes often involve advanced technology and psychological manipulation. But while these supervillains are dangerous, they are also, fictitious. Let's turn our attention to the real-world villains who pose an immediate and catastrophic threat. Adolf Hitler was responsible for the Holocaust and World War II. His actions resulted in the deaths of millions and left an indelible mark on history. Joseph Stalin's purges and forced labor camps caused untold suffering and death, really solidifying his place as one of history's most ruthless dictators. Mao Zedong's Great Leap Forward and Cultural Revolution led to widespread famine and death, making him one of the deadliest leaders in history. Vladimir Putin's authoritarian rule and military interventions have destabilized regions and challenged global order. However, his influence is largely outside the United States. Kim Jong-un's nuclear ambitions and his human rights abuses make him a constant threat to global security. But honestly, his reach is mostly limited to the Korean Peninsula and his immediate neighbors. Xi Jinping's consolidation of power and, well, the human rights violations in China have definitely raised international concerns and tensions. Still, his primary influence remains within China's borders. But in the US, it's the actions of two powerful figures within the United States that pose the most immediate and dangerous threat to our world today. They control the fate of the US, and quite frankly, hold the world hostage, using a shadowy organization known as DOGE or the Department of Government Efficiency. And now the final reveal, the three most eminent threats to world security. Number 1, Donald Trump. Trump's presidency is full of corruption, grift and greed, social division, destruction of the social safety net, and wealth redistribution from the working and middle class to millionaires and billionaires, while wreaking havoc on the US and global economy and weakening America's global standing. Trump said, "I don't care about you, I just want your vote." Trump's greed and corruption, as well as his continued influence over the Republican Party, destruction of norms, and close ties to Putin and Kim Jong-un, make Trump an ongoing and imminent threat. Through his reliance and alliance with the DOGE, he has been able to implement policies that sow chaos and uncertainty. Number 2, Elon Musk. Musk's control over key technologies and platforms, combined with his erratic decision-making, poses a threat to economic stability. His purchase of Trump's second term, his rampant drug use, and his willingness to harm people for wealth and power make Musk particularly dangerous. His influence over social media and global supply chains is, honestly, unprecedented. His reckless pursuit of wealth and power at any cost has unalived many, with many more to come. As the head of DOGE, he has ensured that hundreds of thousands of the world's poorest will perish from famine and disease, while displacing thousands from their jobs working critical roles in the US government, slashing the numbers of workers at the FAA, the CDC, and NOAA, just to name a few. Musk, along with Trump, would remove healthcare for tens of millions without caring who survives or who doesn't. Elon Musk recently said that the biggest weakness of the West was empathy. 3. DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. This shadowy organization really pulls the strings. Trump and Musk used DOGE like a wrecking ball in their grand scheme. They've destroyed lives, unalived thousands, all while promising to save $2.5 trillion. It is now predicted that after all the destruction and chaos, they will have saved less than $150 billion or less than 10% of what was promised, while costing lives and destroying the livelihood of thousands and thousands of people. Trump and Musk are highly conflicted, and they have used DOGE to hide their rampant lawlessness, conflicts of interest, and inhumanity, all while claiming it is in our best interest. Pathetic. But Trump and Musk are not alone in their quest for power and destruction. Other billionaires are also playing roles in this sinister plot. Charles Koch and David Koch. And these brothers have used their vast wealth to influence politics and push for deregulation and free market policies that frankly benefits the elite at the expense of the middle class. The Koch brothers are behind Citizens United, the law that lets billionaires buy elections. Their criteria for who they donated to is that they would cut income taxes for billionaires. Sheldon Adelson was a prominent Republican donor, and his influence has shaped policies in ways that benefit his business interests. Often, at the cost of the public good. Peter Thiel, his investments in companies like Palantir in March, President Trump signed an executive order calling for the federal government to share data across agencies, raising questions over whether he might compile a master list of personal information on Americans that could give him untold surveillance power. Palantir was tapped to create the database. Together, these billionaires, under the guidance of the Doge, are using their wealth and power to shape the world in their image, often with, devastating consequences. From trade wars to social media manipulation, their actions have far-reaching effects that threaten the very fabric of our society. It is up to us to recognize the danger they pose and take action to protect our world from their destructive agendas. Supervillains may be fictitious, but the threats posed by Trump, Musk, and the Doge are very real. They control the fate of the United States and frankly hold the world hostage. They already have everything and they want more. The world is not enough. Stand up, fight back, click like and share this message to help spread the word. Click the bell to catch our latest video. This has been a Quantum Vision Studios production. Thank you for watching.